He's a tranquil dart of Ringside Society and Delaware's greatest American hero. It takes two to make a thing go right. He's Rob Bass, and you are not. In the second corner, we have that ocean crossing, straight up Boston, flight catching, shot glass snatching, always on the go, catch him if you can. Said his name in Guyana, now they love him in Japan. No cap, the worldwide star boy, Remy Blue. And our special guests tonight are two young women who actually were tearing it up on the professional wrestling scene as solo wrestlers. That's right, they were doing the singles thing. Heather Monroe was actually over in Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, kicking butt and taking names. And Ray Lyn was over in promotions such as OVW, the Harvard of Professional Wrestling, making people put respect on their name. But they decided, something like Rob Bass's tagline, spectacular, and all gold. So with that being said, everybody, introducing to you one of the newest, hottest tag teams in professional wrestling, and they'll be making an appearance, not just an appearance, they'll be taking on the Renegade Twins to become the first ever CCW Tag Team Champions, Heather Monroe and Ray Lyn, BFT.
Woo!
Wow, that was one hell of an intro.
Yeah, I try. I'm normally louder, but I'm in my mom's house, and so I don't want to like project, and they're like, she's like, "What is that? What's going on?" So
I think you did fine. You nailed it.
Yeah. So, ladies, I just gotta say, first off, thank you very much. I know you're both busy, doing your thing in professional wrestling, not just as singles athletes, but as a tag team. And me and myself and Robbie really and truly appreciate it. Y'all taking time out of your busy schedules as well. So, with that being said, how are y'all doing today or tonight? Actually, yeah, it's nighttime.
I'm covered in bruises and I'm pretty tired, and it feels the same way.
I'm very, very sore from this weekend, and as you can hear, not much happening in the voice department either.
We have too much fun when we're together. We definitely talk too much and yell a lot. So today's a struggle.
Hey, trust me, I'm that way too. Normally after like a sporting event, I'm normally host too. I'm normally horse too, so trust me, I feel your pain as well. So, Heather, a couple of weeks ago, you pretty much told. Well, hold on, I'm gonna do things differently because normally I ask, what got you into professional wrestling? What made you become a fan? But Heather, apparently you've done so many of these podcasts that people have asked you the same question over and over and over. And Cathy met you, and she was like, we're not the same, but you said we are this. So then you asked her, what questions did we ask?
Yeah.
I know I'm not being a jerk about it, but I was like, she said that she's had the same questions. All right, well, I normally take our saying.
I feel that.
Yeah.
And Cathy was like, we don't have the same questions, and I was like, well, people always ask, what got you interested? She's like, oh yeah, we asked that. So you do ask the same question.
It's the same question.
Yeah, so I was like, well, and then I said to myself, something, this is going to be a great challenge for me because we always say we are not the same. # we are not the same. And for several different reasons. So I was like, okay, whenever I get Heather on the show, which is now with Ray Lyn, of course, I'm gonna change it up a bit. So I'm gonna ask y'all right now. So BFT, I'm not gonna ask y'all how y'all got together because I got a feeling somebody already asked that already. But if y'all had to choose several tag teams that inspire y'all to do your thing in the ring, it could be old school, it could be new school. Who would y'all say is on the top of y'all list? No particular number.
Are we gonna go with inspiration, or we're gonna go with who we want to beat up?
Well, inspiration for now. We can do inspiration, And if you want to put them on your beat up list later on, by all means, feel free.
Everyone's going on that beat up list. We're going to beat up every tag team.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't know that we've even kind of talked much about like our inspiration for tag teams. We've definitely watched a bunch of tag team wrestling and tried to like kind of figure out what we want to be from that. But I think that we're one of a kind, baby.
Yeah, we can't be put into a box. We both I'm inspired a lot by like Japanese style wrestling, and I like older wrestling. So, we have our different styles, but our styles work together very well.
Okay, that's awesome. That's really cool. So I just have to say, everybody's on your beat up list. Thank goodness I am not a wrestler. Me and Rob are not a tag team. But if you do want to beat somebody up, well, Rob is probably the closest you're gonna get because he's a referee. So I am just happy being a fan behind the guardrails and just watching on. So with that being said, you ladies, November 6th, this coming Saturday, have a tag team who have been making a name for themselves in AEW. They've been making a name for themselves all over the country, and they most recently won the Mission Pro Wrestling Tag Team titles. I'm actually talking about the Renegade Twins, Charlotte and Robin Renegade. You ladies have them coming up. Is there any nervousness, considering that they Mission Pro Wrestling is rapidly becoming one of the prestigious promotions for women's wrestling, and the fact that they've now held those tag team titles, are y'all nervous, or are you like, something that has no bearing on us?
So it has no bearing.
We're still gonna beat you.
Heather and I have years and years of experience on top of them.
Years and years.
Yeah, we're definitely they might be making waves now, but we've been making waves for years now. So not too worried about the young girls coming up.
Not. I'm sure they're tough, and I'm sure they're good. But we're us, so.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great match. I'm actually jealous of Rob because he's gonna be there seeing it all. But I definitely know that y'all are definitely gonna tear the house down, and BFT is definitely gonna be a thing that a lot of tag teams, male or female, will definitely put respect on. So you got Delaware coming up. Where next are we gonna see BFT? Are we gonna see all West Coast, Texas, any place we can expect to see y'all? I personally want to see y'all in Mission Pro, and hopefully Shimmer and Shine.
We just wrestled for Shimmer last night.
I honestly, I just missed that. I honestly speaking, I watch so many things that sometimes I miss certain things. But yeah.
Yeah, we wrestled for the Shimmer Tag titles.
last night.
Okay.
So
Shimmer's definitely one of
the You're talking about the Renegade Twins. We literally just started tagging together, and we're already wrestling for the Shimmer Tag titles. That's like peak women's wrestling right there.
Peak. We're already at the top of our game, and we just started. So Renegade who?
Yeah. We also we're gonna be
in Minneapolis.
The 12th?
13th, 12th, 11th.
The 13th, yeah. Wrestling Heidi Hauser and Max the Impaler.
And then we have other exciting things that we can't even talk about yet. So
awesome
level,
but I gotta say,
level women's tag team.
Actually, you know what? Just tag.
Just tag team.
I definitely like y'all are definitely one of my favorite duos. But I just gotta ask, so BFT, right? It stands for blunt force trauma. When I first saw it, I thought it was like, okay, best friends, something together, or terrific. That's what I thought it was, no offense, until I actually saw what it actually was. And I was like, okay. So how'd y'all come about with that name?
Well, Heidi Hauser actually came up with it for us. We decided that we wanted to tag together because Ray and I also are not new to tag team wrestling. I've been in a tag team. I was in a tag team for a couple of years with Laura James as Killer Bays. And Ray Lyn has been in a couple of tag teams as well. And so when we decided we wanted to tag together and kind of take that road again, we were like, give us a name. And Heidi Hauser come through with Blonde Horse Drama.
We just did it on Twitter. We're like, what would our name be if we were a tag team? And she came up with that, and we're like, that's it. I think she might have been one of the first answers too. And then we were just like, oh, we're done. No one else even needs to respond to this post. Like, that's good.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually. And then you're going to be facing her real soon. So one of our listeners, Bobby Batito, he has a question here. He's asking, Heather Monroe and Ray Lyn, who are your dream opponents on Mission Pro Wrestling?
On Mission Pro, just specifically there?
Mission Pro, just specifically there?
That's what he's asking, not me.
Okay.
He's asking.
Okay.
We would love to wrestle the Twisted Sisters if they would want to come back into tag action.
Definitely.
That would awesome. That would definitely be a great match to see. I would definitely pay money to see that. Twisted Sisters are, to me, they're one of the most underrated tag teams. And if they ever come back together, I know it's going to be great for women's tag team wrestling, or just tag team wrestling as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So with that being, now with, I just lost my train of thought, actually. So now that y'all are in a tag team, Ray Lyn, you were in OVW. I remember seeing you there back many years ago, 2014 or 2013 when you were just starting out. Mm-hmm. Any chance y'all can go back there to show them what it is and what's up?
I went back a year or two ago. I don't mind going back, but sometimes I like to look forward. I don't like always going back to the same places. I like to try to keep expanding my places, and they don't really do a lot with tag wrestling there. But if they did start a women's tag division, we'd be there.
They definitely need to start one. Women's tag team wrestling is actually huge right now. And Heather, I've been wanting to ask you this question for a long time. So your last name is Monroe. Mm-hmm. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is Marilyn Monroe one of your favorite people, like actresses to watch?
Yeah, I mean, like, that's obviously where I got the name. The Hollywood glamour. Kind of the Hollywood glamour of everything.
Heather's
awesome.
Definitely glam.
That's cool.
Heather's definitely glam.
Because the only thing I know for Marilyn Monroe, the only movie I know for Marilyn Monroe is 7 Year Itch, and I've never seen it before. All I know is the infamous part, or the famous part where she's above the air vent and the wind is blowing up her dress and whatnot. It was. I think there's a statue here in New York actually for that. So could you tell me? I mean, if I were to watch your movies, which one would you recommend for me?
I'm not like big on. I just like Marilyn Monroe, like as the icon. I didn't really like her movies and like fawn over her in that way. It was more like who the person was. I would read a lot of books on her, and I think that she was like a very interesting human being that was kind of put into a weird position in her time. Like everyone thought she was dumb, but she was actually very smart. She battled a lot with mental health that like didn't get talked about, and so kind of discovering who she was past like those iconic like sexual things that like people made her be is more like what I care about with her.
Yeah, I think you're like the only other person because the other impression people give me of her is that she wasn't that smart. I've always thought that she was a boss in her own way, and she took charge of everything. I'd say to me, this might sound funny, and I'm probably going to get canceled for this, but I always thought that she was, I mean, technically she was born before, but she was Charlotte Flair before Charlotte Flair. Like just the way, just her whole like aura and whatnot.
Sorry, you cut off.
So yeah, this is the stream keeps cutting in and out.
I'm sorry.
Keeps cutting in and out.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. What I was saying was that a lot of people thought Marilyn Monroe, she wasn't that smart, but I always thought that she was a boss in her own way. Like she was Charlotte Flair before Charlotte Flair was cool, you know. And that's no offense to Charlotte, but like she was there before, and just doing our own thing and whatnot. So I just got like 2 more questions before I hand over to Rob. And so it's inevitable. BFT is going to be a nationwide wide craze.
Nation.
Is there any chance?
Nation. Worldwide.
That's what I was going to ask you. Worldwide, where next? I mean, I know you're going to go everywhere, but
you're just going to have to wait and
country?
You're just going to have to wait and see.
Awesome. Well, I definitely look forward to seeing that as well. So my last question before I turn it over to Rob is, when you're working out, you're getting ready for your matches and whatnot, or even just going to the gym and knocking out some reps, what are some songs that y'all like to listen to that get you into that zone, get you into that mode?
I don't listen to music. I listen to true crime podcasts.
You would.
I listen to a lot of, I've been really into Crime Junkie lately, and Last Podcast on the Left.
Crime Junkie's so good. I listened to that one too. We didn't talk about that this weekend.
No, but I
Next
think
weekend.
that you're the reason I started watching it, because I think you told me about it. And I was like, oh, I'm going to listen to that.
Check out Morbid.
Okay.
Morbid's good.
I've been literally going down the rabbit hole on Crime Junkie. So that's all I've been listening to, and then to the point where I'm at night listening to it, I'm like, I should not listen to this.
No, you're probably doing cardio and running quicker because you're like, oh my god, there's something behind me.
Yeah, no, I'm pumped. I'm getting my pump so that I can beat somebody up if they try and do some shit.
Right, come at me.
So it's safe to say that you enjoy listening to crime documentaries and so on. First 24, all that stuff. Have you ever heard of, I think it's called Makeup and Murder, where it's literally this girl that's actually putting on, I thought you heard that one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I've never watched it.
Yeah, she had some very interesting stuff as well. I'm not really a true crime documentary. I mean, the closest I've ever gotten to anything was Unsolved Mysteries with the guy that had that really chilly voice that gave me I guess nightmares or whatever as a child.
That's a good show.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty interesting. But I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over to Rob. I know Rob has a couple of questions for y'all. So Rob, go ahead, man. The floor is yours.
All right, sweet. Thanks, Remy. So what's going on? How are y'all doing today?
Hi, Rob.
Wow.
How was your day? Y'all have a busy day? Were y'all, just doing the same old thing? Just anything like that? Anything exciting happen?
Well, we got up at 5 to go to the airport, and then we flew home. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, so that's
tired.
definitely. Oh, yeah. I was gonna ask you yesterday. I did see your. How was your Halloween? Did y'all, do anything? Did you get any candy other than wrestle? Did they have any, candy things there or anything?
I don't think so. No,
No.
we wrestled, and then we put on our costumes. We had some candy shots and ate some pizza. And that was our Halloween.
That's right. Yeah, because I did see your costumes or whatever. That it kind of it might give me a little nightmares or whatever. Cause the shining. Woo! Yeah, I had to bring my buddy Christ just in case y'all were still in costume. So I had to something to save my soul, or just in case. Just in case the power of Christ compels you or whatever. So I was going to say, Saturday, November 6th, y'all are wrestling the Renegade Twins. And that is a match that I have been looking forward to ever since it was announced on there. I was like, I haven't been pumped up for that match. I'm literally, I'm going to be on the monitor or whatever in the back watching that match, seeing y'all doing that thing out there. And I want to say, I don't think y'all gave birth to the roof, but you're definitely going to raise it that night on the 6th or whatever. That's what's going to happen. That's what I think. It's going to be an awesome match. That's what I think.
Every match we have is awesome.
Oh yeah, of course. Every match I've seen of y'all is awesome. That's why I'm so happy we get chatting with y'all on here.
Yeah, we're gonna add some gold to our repertoire.
We're only winning titles from here on out.
Yeah,
that's right. Hey, I'm off.
Don't count yesterday, but now
from here on out. Yeah.
Yeah, from here on out.
That's right. That's right. I'm all for y'all getting gold, from, here to the East Coast, West Coast, North, South, all over the world. I'm hoping y'all go to space and you start, wrestling aliens, you know what I mean? So, oh, Cathy done joined in.
Hello.
Hey,
Hey,
Cathy.
go ahead,
So I do
Rob.
want to, ask, how are y'all with spicy stuff?
I
Are
love
y'all like,
spicy food.
We both like
We love
okay.
hot
food.
sauce. We have a
Yeah.
hot sauce obsession.
That reminds me, that mango habanero.
Did you get it?
No, I need to. I need.
Okay.
I
I'll
even took a
bring you
picture of
some.
it.
I'll bring you some.
Is it like?
Okay.
Is it specific to Pittsburgh?
No, I'll just take a picture of the bottle and I'll send it to
Okay.
you when we're done with
Yeah.
this.
It was so good.
Because on the 6th or whatever, I'm bringing a lovely box of death, and it has a bunch of hot little stuff, like here, the world's hottest gummy bear, Uh,
Oh,
Yeah.
I got the toe of Satan.
I don't
I've
think I
done
want to eat Satan's toe.
I've done the Death Nut challenge. There's actually a video on YouTube of me doing the Death Nut challenge after a show.
How'd that go?
I think I made it to 3, and there's 5.
Ooh.
And
Oh,
Shotzi, so I did it, and Shotzi was there, and this was before she was with WWE, but she just did 5. It
Oh,
wasn't
wow.
good. It wasn't good.
So I can't count y'all in taking part in any of these challenges or whatever after the match.
Probably not.
No.
Probably
No,
not.
you good? Oh,
No.
darn it.
I like spicy for
Flavor.
fun and flavor, not for
Death.
painfulness.
Yes, okay. Well, I'm going to definitely talk somebody into doing this or whatever. So if you do, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to record it. Or you might have to stay around or whatever, check it out or whatever. Somebody will do it. Because I remember the reason I bought it because wrestler at Grey Wolf is into the hot sauce stuff. And I was like, man, I'm into, I have all this stuff. And my sister gets me this every Christmas. Something, spicy. I think she's trying to kill me. Because I'm the older brother and she's trying to pay me back, for, back being younger. So yeah, I think she's been getting me this. So I'm like, oh, I'm good, Let me, of course, somebody else get the pain. You know what I'm saying?
The hot ones. I love watching that on YouTube.
I watch those
Yes.
too.
It's so
Yes.
fun.
That's right. So you always talking about you like listening to podcasts, true crime stuff, and First 48 and all. I like watching First 48, and the people on there. What I've gathered from that stuff is no matter what, even if you didn't do it or whatever, get a lawyer. Because I've seen the times I've seen it. How many
Lawyer
shows have been there? Like 1,000 episodes, and every time somebody said I want a lawyer, they're like, dang, and it's always on that episode. They released, all charges, drop the. I'm like, that's what you need, what I mean? Yeah, always do that.
Always
Yeah.
lawyer up.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So, are there any, not podcasts, but shows that y'all, true crime shows that y'all are into right now? Other than the ones you mentioned earlier. I'm
Well,
always
with how
trying to find
much
something new.
pretty much with how much we travel, like it is a lot of podcasts. It's like I'm listening to it on a plane or I'm listening to it in the car. It's like I don't have a lot of time to sit down and watch TV that often.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mainly the ones I've already said. Those are those are my favorites right now.
That's cool. That's cool. Do y'all listen to any horror ones? Like when they're telling like a spooky story or something like just something
What is
crazy
the one I
happened.
like? I listen to one. I think it's called No Sleep Podcast. Sometimes the stories are awful. Sometimes they're good. You never know. But there's a ton of them, and they're usually like an hour or two long.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm into that stuff. I'm into it, but as long as it's not like the Law and Order SVU stuff, I can't deal with that. I can't even watch that show because it's it just turns my stomach. I'm like, oh, I can't deal with that. I got to change it. But a brutal murder, oh yeah, I'm all in on that. What I mean? Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Yeah, that was oh yeah, it's like yeah. Oh man. So I was watching y'all's, a couple of y'all's matches, and what is your finishing move called? Man, I've seen you. It's kind of like a 3D type, thing, and it looks pretty awesome. Do y'all have a name for it yet?
I don't know yet. We've kind of been calling it the BFT.
Yeah,
Ooh,
but
okay.
it might evolve to something different. Right now, it's BFT.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Hey, it's short and easy to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Short and easy to remember. Now, y'all are animal lovers, right?
Yes.
I was, I think it's Heather's. You're the cat lover, right? You're a cat person.
Yeah, I've got 2 cats.
Ooh, okay. I got a funny cat story for you. Okay.
Okay.
My mom and dad, they have a cat. You know, I live 1.2 miles away from my mom and dad. You know, I moved out and as far as I got, right? They have a cat. It looks like Tom from Tom and Jerry, you know, the gray with the white and all the stuff. Well, one day I left and I came home and I'm like, I see a cat like that here. I'm like, what in the world? I'm like, Mom, I call my mom, your cat's in my yard. And I was like, no, it's not. It's sitting. She's right here, whatever. I'm like, are you serious? Yeah, I love her. Oh, it's not. It's the neighbor's cat or whatever. So the neighbor across the street, his cat always, comes over, just hangs out or whatever. So I met him one day, and we were chatting. He's like, do you mind if he comes over here? I'm like, yeah, he's cool. I'm cool with animals. He doesn't do anything to destroy. He's just hanging out. And I was like, what's the cat's name? Because I've been calling him Peanut, because my mom has a cat just like it named Peanut. I call him Peanut. He was like, oh, his name's Wee Wee. I was like, oh, that's why he's running away. Hey, he's running away from that name, trying to get away from over here. He's like, nah, I want that Wee Wee name to follow me. I'm going to hang out over here. I was like, oh, I got you, bud, man. So now I'm going to probably buy cat trees for him. Now that I feel so bad, that's his name, Wee Wee.
Yeah.
That's a
my
bad
gosh,
name.
yeah. I'm all for funny names for animals, but that's a bad one.
That's a bad
Oh, yeah.
one. Not,
Oh, yeah.
That's not even cute.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we had a cat named Taco because we said if the dogs ever got a hold of it, it'd be a cat taco. So I was like, there we go. Yeah, it was just a joke.
I don't get that one, but it's okay.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I do got to ask, before I pass it on over there to Cathy, Ray Lyn, you're a barber now.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm trying to get a different hairstyle and stuff. What is in? Because I'm stuck on the same haircuts.
So
all
this
the
is what I
time.
tell everyone when they come to me. I don't know how to. I can't just be like, oh, this is what's going to work for you. I actually have to look at your hair, see how it lays.
Okay. Gotcha.
Texture, color. There's a lot that goes into deciding the best hairstyle for someone's head. And I might not get it the first time. It might be the second time I cut your hair. So there's a lot more that goes into it. It's not just picking up some things and snip, snip.
Yeah, because I figure I asked because I had the same haircut for, I don't know.
And you're wearing a hat right now, so I don't even know what your hair looks like.
So yeah, so it's all thick and just. I'm repping Saturday. Y'all definitely see it Saturday.
Yeah, I'll give you.
It'll be cut then.
I'll give you some hair critiques
It'll be
then.
Yeah. Unless y'all bring your clippers, I'll bring some money and I'm just teasing. And I'll get it done before then. Yeah, I'm just teasing. So before I pass it on over to Cathy, do y'all have any funny road stories that's happened on your way to a show? Like maybe somebody forgot their gear. They had the Frankenstein gear here. Like, oh, can I borrow your pants, shirt, this, that, the other. Is anything like that ever happened or something like that?
I had a kind of experience like that WrestleMania weekend. So I live in Orlando, and Mania weekend was in Tampa. And I had a match at Ladies Night, which was a midnight show that actually, or I think it started at like 2. It ended up starting at 2. But I was defending my Hurricane Pro Women's Championship, and I was in Tampa for the New Texas Pro show earlier in the day to do commentary. And I just planned to stay the whole day. And then I realized about 7 o'clock at night, they did not have the belt.
Of course not. I always leave it at home.
At home in Orlando. And I was like, it's about an hour and a half drive. Show starts at midnight. So I had to drive all the way back to Orlando and then to Tampa to get the belt. And I made it in time. That was my first match with Lady Frost. And I feel like ended up being pretty good for she gives me
the stress level.
Yeah, she gives me shit for it because she's like, you came in and it was like I was just grumpy. You know what I mean? And so like I don't know that we started off on the right foot, but we ended up there.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh yeah, that's gotta be like in your song you're like, oh, I forgot. Oh,
I had literally just laid in bed at the hotel room. Literally was so tired, laid my head down, and then it was like one of these. Oh no.
Oh.
And I had to go.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know how that is. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, well, at least y'all got the belts. Everything worked out. All that good stuff. So yeah, I'm happy for you. So I do want to say I want to thank y'all. Before I pass it to Cathy, for coming on and chatting with us. I had a blast. I know we didn't get to talk too much. Y'all had a busy weekend. I know y'all trying to get your rest and all like that. I don't want y'all if I see you the 6th, y'all try to put me in a headlock or something. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to stay cool. So I wish y'all nothing but the best. I wish y'all nothing collect gold all around the country, all around the world, and good luck on the 6th. I'm gonna definitely be rooting for y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Cathy.
All right. All right. Thanks, Rob. Hey, Heather. Hey, Ray Lyn. How's it going?
Hi.
Know you guys had a long weekend, but yeah, I was listening to at the beginning of the show, and I just have to ask, Heather, what made you a wrestling fan? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I saw that part about yeah, we were like, well, we're not the same. We're like, yeah, well, I just had to put that joke in there. But so I first saw you, Heather, at Roll in the Rise 2 years ago, and this is Survivor Series season. You had something called Bayvivor Series. Are you gonna ever bring that back?
I mean, that was kind of a me and Laura thing, so I don't know that I will, but I I did enjoy that match very much, getting to work with some people that are now kind of more established in Texas and on to better things in that match too, like Rachel Rose and AQA. There were some good people in there.
Yeah, and Saraya Knight was there too. What did you learn from the seminar? Because Mercedes Martinez was also there too. So what did you learn from them?
I actually didn't. I don't think I did that seminar because I think we came in a little too late for that one. But I did the very first rise, and that's when Soraya actually taught us a lot at that
A
first
lot.
rise. A lot. She's very knowledgeable, and it was a lot about like protecting yourself from both people in the ring and from fans.
It was a good seminar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. They're both everybody. She's a legend. So is Mercedes. So it's like it's
Mercedes
awesome.
is a good seminar too. She
Yeah.
learned a lot from her.
That's awesome. So there's a certain so when you wrestle with somebody, there's a certain chemistry, and I've seen you, Heather, versus Roxy a bunch of times, and you two just kill it every time. So what do you think? What kind of what? There's a chemistry there. So what do you think it is like wrestling her every time, and you guys put a banger match every time? So what do you think is like so special?
I don't know. Sometimes you just click with people, like it's not something you can really put into words. It's not something you can create. It's just there. And she's definitely one of those people that I have that really good chemistry with. And same with, I mean, that's why I feel like me and Ray were able to become a tag team because there was just something about us when we're like in person. We're like, oh, we click really well.
We're like the
and
same person.
Yeah, like literally, it's not a joke that we say the same things at the same time, like finish each other's sentences. Like
Yeah,
it
as
really
corny
does
as it
happen.
sounds, it's true.
That's pretty awesome. So Ray Lyn, same question. Like, who would you have chemistry with? Besides Heather, of course, but who do you have chemistry with in the ring as an opponent or as a tag team?
Obviously, Heather is. I've had a couple of tag team partners, and I've clicked with every one of them. I love them all, but I feel like Heather actually. I feel like we do have the best chemistry of my other partners, even though, like I said, I love them, and we had some good times. But now it's on the Blonde Force Trauma, and I'm really feeling it. But opponents in the ring, I love Zoe Sky. She's amazing. And then there's a girl here in Pittsburgh. I love to wrestle her. Her name's Katie Arquette. I think more people should know who she is.
She's really good. We actually had our first, like I would say, second real tag team match.
Yeah.
With her, and
Yeah.
that was a really good time.
Awesome. So, Heather, you had a match with Hyon for the first time at Diamonds Are Forever, and I was at that show. It was a really good match. What are some other people that you would like to have a first match with?
Ooh, I actually this past at Shimmer, I got to wrestle Zoe Sky, and that was like someone that I had really wanted to
She's
wrestle.
so good.
She's so good, and chemistry was there that kind of same way. But so I've actually been knocking some people off my list. I feel like that I've been wanting to wrestle. I have wrestled Kimberly in a 3-way, but I would really like to wrestle her in a 1-on-1. Like
I'd like to wrestle her again. She's good.
Top of my list because I really haven't gotten a chance to like fully be in a match with her. So I would put her number 1 on my list for sure.
So Ray Lyn, same question. Who would you want to fight for the first time?
Mercedes, actually.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. That would be great.
A little
I get
student
my
versus
ass kicked,
teacher.
but that's okay.
Student versus teacher there. That'd be pretty
I
cool.
have another one too that I just thought about. Jody Threat.
Nice.
Yes.
She's so good.
So, you guys just formed a tag team, but sadly they do break up. What would it take for you two to break up?
We would never. It would have to
Never.
be one of us being done with wrestling.
I feel that. Or like, you always have to. You never know what could happen. Like injuries could take someone, you know. But that's a morbid question.
I think this is a
Cathy.
winning combination,
Oh.
so I don't think it's going to be done.
Cathy, okay, first off, you got Roxy kicking you in the shins. Then you're challenging Thunder Rosa to chop you and see if you'll actually fall from the first chop. Now you're asking blunt force trauma what would happen if they Cathy, if they beat you up, I can't help you. You know what? I'm not saying nothing.
Heather knows me. She'll probably beat me up anyway. So, 2 more questions. I know you guys have to go, but Bobby had sent us some questions. He said, well, a comment. He said, I would like to see Heather Monroe and Ray Lyn versus Allison Kay and Marty Bell in NWA.
So would we.
The
Thank you,
Hex
Bobby.
is definitely a tag team that we want to go up against. That's
Well,
like,
Marty was one of my tag partners.
Nice.
So I
fun
just
fact.
feel like
That just reminded me. So me and Ray Lyn are so alike in our careers, right? Like when people met me, they'd be like, "Oh, do you know Ray Lyn?"
and vice
And
versa.
because we were very similar moveset wise, gear wise, and then it turns out I actually did not know this until yesterday that we in our tag teams, our separate tag teams, me with Laura James and her with Marty Bell, use the exact same entrance music,
We did.
Wow.
which is now my singles entrance music.
So that's pretty funny.
Wow. The same wavelength going
Oh,
there.
We were like on separate coasts and didn't know who each other were. It's
Literally.
like crazy.
East Coast and West Coast, and we were doing the same stuff.
That's
It was meant to
awesome.
be.
Yeah,
really
it was meant to be. So I apologize for that breakup question then, because y'all were meant to be.
It's okay, Cathy. We'll let
She's
this one
my
slide.
Russell soulmate.
Yeah, there you go. And then the last one he wrote was Heather Monroe and Ray Lyn, have you ever wrestled against Angelina Love and Mandy Leone?
I wrestled Mandy once, and I think I wrestled Angelina too. I don't remember, but I know I wrestled Mandy like way back in the day. But that would be another fun tag team for us to go up against.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not wrestled either of them.
BFT versus the Lure. That'd be good. That'd be awesome.
I mean, us versus anyone, that's going to be good. It's money. Boatloads.
Loads of money.
Well, I know you guys are tired. That was my last question, so I want to say thank you for coming on the show. Especially
guys.
I was like, Remy, you got Heather to come on because I've been
This is
asking.
exactly why I don't say yes to podcasts a lot of time. I'm like over here falling asleep, not because of you, but because I'm just tired.
We're tired.
No, I understand, big time. I just came back from work and I was like, oh, he got you guys on. I have to hop on too. So like I ate dinner, had to come on, say hi. I was like, of course I wouldn't miss it. But thank you guys for coming on. Definitely a pleasure.
Thank
And
you.
good luck on your match on November 6th. You guys don't need luck though.
We don't need luck. We got this.
that.
We got this.
So have a great time at your match and I'll throw it over to Remy.
Thank you.
Heather, Ray Lyn, thank you very much, for your thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on our show. We really and truly appreciate it. I know Cathy's happy right now. She's going to be smiling for the rest of the night. Might even go to sleep smiling. But thank you very much for, doing this. I like the fact that y'all saw that y'all were doing the same thing. And most people were like, they're copying me. No, they're copying me. And then the one big thing, but the fact that y'all found
we
that
realized that there
common
was
thing,
no
like,
way that we were copying each other, though. There was like no way. We didn't know each other.
Yeah.
It was just too good to be true.
Yeah. But I like that y'all found it and y'all are making something great out of it. And I wish y'all nothing but the best of luck. I'm actually jealous of Rob because Rob is gonna be right there in Delaware watching it, but I'll be there in spirit. But before we shut this down, where can fans find you ladies when they want to find out when your next appearances are, and or if they want to purchase or when they want to purchase Heather Monroe, Ray Lyn, or BFT merch, and where can bookers and promoters find you when they want to book you for their shows?
Social.
Yeah, you go.
Okay. Social media is Heather is me on everything. And I have a big cartel that links in my bio. You can check out my link tree for all of that information. My Patreon, everything's on there. And book BFT book BFT now at gmail.com is our email.
Yes. And Twitter, it's at Ray_Lyn. Instagram, it's Raystar5. If you want to buy anything, links are in the bio for that. And same, book BFT now at gmail.com. Boom.
Yes. So y'all heard, follow these two ladies, promoters. Y'all heard the email, book BFT now at gmail.com. You see Marcello, shout out to Marcello from CCW, who actually, was able to make this happen. But yeah, you see, he's a smart man. He booked them now, and he has them on November 6th, facing the Renegade Twins. So y'all definitely take note. One of the teams to watch. But with that being said, we're not going to hold this up anymore. So it's about time for us to shut down the show. So with that being said, Cathy Knight, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling and all that good stuff?
So I'm on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and Discord, all at BLUE70517.
Awesome. Rob Bass, where can fans find you on social media when they want to talk wrestling? And where can bookers and promoters find you when they want to book you for their shows?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Rob_Base82, and then Facebook and YouTube, Rob Base.
Awesome. And if you want to find me on social media, not that I have anything cool to say, but who knows, maybe you'll get lucky. You can find me on Twitter under @the_Remy_Blue. You can also find me on Facebook under the alias Remy Blue. It's a picture of me at WrestleMania 28. So once you see that, go ahead and add me. However, our podcast is also on social media. We're on Twitter and Instagram under @Ringside Society. We're also on Twitch under @Ringside Society 2019, which is one of our platforms that we stream. We also have a Facebook group. If you guess it as Ringside Society, you guessed it correctly. So just go ahead and you can go ahead and join us on Facebook as well. And we also have a YouTube channel. Yes, we have a YouTube channel as well. So go ahead and just type in Ringside Society. Once you see that sweet, good-looking, dark blue and light blue yin yang sign over there with the blue flames around it, that's us. Definitely go ahead and subscribe. Don't personalize subscribe to all because we got a lot more great episodes coming as well. And like I said earlier this morning, we're on Spotify now. So right now we have all of our season 1 and season 2 episodes on there. So if you want to check out how we were back in the past, go ahead. And we have some from season 3, which is our current season. So definitely go ahead and check us out on Spotify. And we also have a Teespring store where we sell Ringside Society merch. We have t-shirts, we have tank tops. It's hoodie season now, so we have the hoodies in all different colors. And we have coffee mugs for your pumpkin spice lattes, your green tea lattes, your hot chocolate marshmallows, or even some good old-fashioned coffee. So definitely check us out, cop some merch. All proceeds go back into keeping this show afloat. But with that being said, it's about time for us to shut this down. And we just want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight live. We really and truly appreciate it. Shout out to Marcello from CCW. If you're in Delaware or the surrounding areas, check out CCW Battle for the Throne this Saturday, November 6th. Doors open at 5 o'clock p.m. Bell time is at 6 o'clock p.m. And it'll definitely be worth it. So with that being said, yeah, definitely check us out. And also 1CW has a show, I think, after that, like around 7 o'clock p.m. So if you want to check it out as well, matter of fact, you should check it out. Go ahead. Shout out to Sean Hardy and Sean Carlson. And actually, that'll be our debut for our own Rob Bass. That's right. Delaware's greatest American hero is going to be making his debut as a referee for that. So you'll see him doing his thing as well. So that being
I do
said,
know I'm opening the show doing
um,
the Battle Royal. So I do know I'm doing that.
yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So you'll definitely see him doing his thing and whatnot. So y'all definitely go out there and enjoy the show and whatnot. So once again, um, to those y'all watching, thank you. To those y'all that are going to listen to us later on, thank you very much in advance. And to those y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we'd go away, well, like myself in the Golden Corral, and Cathy at Cafe Dumont, and Rob at Hershey Park in, Pennsylvania, we're not going anywhere for a while,
They hate us because they ain't us.
and we ain't stopping. So with that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we here at Ringside Society are very well aware that everybody and their grandparents and their parents have a podcast, but we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. Hey, yo, Rob Bass, Cathy Knight, the Matt Hardy and leader to my Jeff Hardy, the Wyclef Jean and the Lauren Hill to my Praz Michelle, the Mel Gibson and Rene Russo to my Danny Glover. What type of podcast are we? Wait,
All right. 3,
did I say
2,
something?
1. Huh?
Wait,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, yeah. One time for the mind, one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for one of the hottest and newest tag teams in professional wrestling: Blunt Force Trauma, BFT, Heather Monroe, and Ray Lyn. What type of podcast are we?
All right. 3, 2, 1. We're the
The
Wrestling Fans Podcast.
That's right. We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. So with that being said, we will be back this Wednesday with another amazing episode, outstanding episode, excellent episode, whatever adjective you want to use, episode. Good adjective, that is. Don't be smart. But we'll be back this Wednesday with another great episode. But until then, y'all stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.
See y'all. Good night. Stay classy, Delaware.
Bye.